Good morning, guys. It's 8:37 a.m. and I just finished school runs. I'm still with my munchkins in the car, but I decided to come and quickly make this video. My name is nazor.ezeh, aka Utongwa. So this morning I saw a very heartbreaking post on the internet, a very unfortunate and sad situation. Most of you here have seen that story, I know. It's the story about that 12 years old boy in boarding school, Dowen University, no, not university, Dowen College in Lagos, who was beaten to death by his fellow students because they tried to make him join a cult and he refused. So they beat him and then he sustained internal injuries. They got to the hospital. He was able to mention the names of some of the students that were involved, and he died. It's so unfortunate and it's so painful that this 12 years old boy had to die. And I came here to address some certain issues about it, some certain points that I've been thinking about. See, I don't like reading posts like this. You people already know that I hate bullies. Those boys that killed this boy are bullies. First of all, I don't like boarding schools. I hate boarding schools with a passion. You people already know. Those of you that have been following me for a while, you know how I feel about boarding schools. As a matter of fact, I've already filmed a couple of videos about boarding school on this channel. I don't like boarding schools because of the fact that these children that we send to school, the parents are not there to watch them, and most of the time the school authorities and the caregivers that they entrust these children's lives and care into their hands don't even look out for them, don't even care for them. Who will even care for your child as much as you, the parent? And that's one of the reasons why I don't like boarding school, coupled with the fact that there are bullies in boarding school. I can't take it. Like, my heart can't take it knowing that my child is being bullied in boarding school, even in day school, that they go to school and come back every day. I can't stand it if they are being bullied, not to talk of me not now knowing what is happening to my child in school. So boarding school is a no-no for me, and it's mind-boggling to me. I understand. I'm not judging parents that send their children to boarding school, because some parents just have to do what they have to do, maybe because they want the child to be more independent, to learn to be organized, to learn to be time conscious, for different reasons. Parents have different reasons for sending their children to boarding schools. I'm not here to judge, but I just want to remind parents of the fact that children of these days are not the same kind of children that our parents raised. And so therefore, boarding schools of these days are not the same thing as boarding schools that we all went to. So some people, I'm saying this because some people might come and argue and say that I benefited greatly from boarding schools. I did not experience all these type of things in my boarding school. See, the fact that you did not experience those type of things, the fact that you had a very good experience at the boarding school you went to, does not negate the fact that there are people that are going through hell. There are children that went through hell in boarding schools that they went to and are presently still going through hell in the boarding schools that they are going to. So let's not be saying that it was good for you. It doesn't mean that it will be good for everybody. All I'm saying is, parents, be very careful. When you're making that choice to send your child to boarding school, make sure you're prepared to follow up. Make sure you're prepared to watch your children like hawks, especially when they come back on holidays. Ask them as in deep questions, necessary questions. Watch them, because most parents, all they do is just send the children to boarding school. They don't really go beyond that. They don't ask them questions. They don't know what their children are going through for sure, especially parents whom their children don't feel free to talk to. Sometimes their children will rather bottle all these things up, and then when they grow up, it will be disturbing them. They will grow into disturbed adults. Because ignore this boy, he has refused to shut up. He has refused to keep quiet. I've begged him, see him, look at him peeping. Another important point I came to talk about is to talk to parents. I keep talking about bullies. This their bullying behavior or character did not start overnight. It started from when they were small, and some parents don't watch their kids. Unfortunately, they don't actually watch their kids to study their characters and their traits, to know if their children have bad characters or bullying tendencies in them. See, parents, you need to understand that parenting goes beyond giving birth to children, feeding them, providing for them. You need to check the characteristics that your children exhibit, their characters, their behaviors, their traits, and try to put a stop to certain unpleasant characters so that your children will not grow up into terrible human beings and horrible adults. You get? Because this bullying thing, it started from small. It started from small, but most parents are not keen enough to notice these things in their children. And then, unfortunately, it might now get to a point where it is now out of control, that no matter what they do, they cannot stop that child from behaving that way. So we're supposed to be checking these things. It's not just to give birth to children and lavish money on them and buy them this. They need this, you buy it. They need that, you buy that. You pay school fees. Do you know that this school where this thing happened to this boy, do you know how much they pay there? Over ₦1 million as school fees. I'm going to talk about that school. I'm going to address that school very soon. So it's not about just lavishing money, spending money, buying them everything. Do the work. And then, which even brings me to the fact that, you know, that some parents, let me not say most, some parents, I don't know the percentage, but some parents actually send the children to boarding school. One of the reasons why they do that is so that they will have free time. So that they will have free time on their hands. We cannot see, you can't deny the fact that that's the reason why some parents send their children to school. Aside from the other reasons, which is independence and other reasons I've already stated earlier in this video, some actually do it so that they will have free time. If you, for goodness sakes, if you want free time from your child like that, and go as far as sending them away to boarding school, why did you give birth in the first place, since you cannot even have your child around you to do the work of raising your child by yourself? Why entrust your child into the care of strangers to do the raising for you? Because when they're in boarding school, you are not there. The teachers and the caregivers and the principal and Bobo, they are practically raising your child for you for how many months in a year? How many months do they spend in school? Calculate it. It's a lot. It's a lot for them to be apart, away from you, and have strangers, practical strangers, raise them because you spent money on school fees. Now, Dowen College, Lagos. I'm going to mention the name of the school. I don't care at this point, even though some bloggers on Instagram did not mention the name of the school. You had to take people in the comments to boldly mention the name of the school. Whether the school paid them, we do not know. Even there was a blog that posted the names of the students that the boy called their names before he died, that they are the ones that beat him up. This blog posted the names and later took it down. Why did he take down those names? Did the parents pay the blog? I don't know. But at this point, a child was killed. A child was killed. So what are you hiding? What are you covering? What are you people covering? Anyway, Dowen College, Lagos. A few questions for you people. What type of school are you running? Are you not aware that bullying goes on at your school? Are you not aware that children bully other children? What are you doing to stop that from going on? What are you doing to stop that menace from going on in your school? There was a blog, a post I read. The comments under that post, somebody said Dowen again, and people were like, what, has something happened there before? He said, the person said that her elder brother had to withdraw his child from Dowen because of bullying, because his child was being bullied just before the pandemic. So it is not a today something. Children have been bullying children in Dowen and some other schools. It's unfortunate that Dowen is now in the limelight for this, but there are so many other schools that bullying goes on and they don't even know, or they even know and they're not doing anything to stop it. This is a college, a secondary school, for crying out loud. So Dowen, are you people not aware that bullying is going on at your school? Since you people collect so much money as school fees, is it too much to ask that you should make out time to actually care for these children that were entrusted in your care? Listen, children usually show signs of bullying. When a child is going through stuff, they usually show it. They don't have the capacity to hide it. They show it by acting out in different ways. Some of them might be withdrawn. Some of them might be failing in school. Their grades might start dropping and all that. Their grades will be dropping. That's why I like abroad schools. Even if it's a public school. See, they take They take charge over the children's welfare. They are concerned about every single thing. Even if parents are going through a divorce and it's affecting the child, or something is happening at home and it's affecting the child, when the child comes to school and changes in behavior shows, they notice these things and they call the parents and ask them, is everything all right at home? This is what we noticed in your child. But not so in Nigeria. Students will be showing signs of bullying, signs of harassment and all that, and most teachers don't even know. They don't even care that these things are happening. Why then did you collect money? Is it only just to impact knowledge? That money that they pay as school fees is too high for you to just focus on impacting knowledge. See, you are running a boarding school. The parents of those children are not there to care for them. That means that the full responsibility of taking care of those children at that time, those months, those weeks that they spend in school, is solely on you people's shoulders at school. You're supposed to watch them like hawks. You're supposed to watch them to be sure that nothing is going on with them, nothing terrible is going on with them. It's not when something now happens, like this unfortunate case now where a life has been taken, where this boy has died. You people will now off your comments on your Instagram page. You people will not now say anything. Up till now, Dowen College has not made any statement on their Instagram page, on their social media platforms, any of their social media. They have not said anything about this thing now that happened at their school. And very soon now they'll sweep it under the rug. Remember the one of that Deeper Life School? What now happened? What happened? Ayamaze. It has been closed. Most schools don't know what it takes to run a school in Nigeria. All they do is collect money. They see their school as a business venture. Once they collect school fees, that is it. How can you collect as much as 1 million and then you don't even care what is going on with your students? Does it make sense? Help me to make it make sense to me. Or make an atom of sense. So, Dowen College, what measures or what actions are you taking to ensure that this thing doesn't happen anymore? What measures or actions are you taking to curb bullying in your school? Because it is a menace. How can there be cults in a secondary school? How can there be a cult in your school, for God's sakes? Are you not aware? What are you doing about it? Why are you not taking solid actions to stop it from happening? Even if it means picking out scapegoats and punishing them and treating them so that others will learn and it will stop. Why is there cult in your school? You people need to do something to make sure that this does not happen to another child. In fact, left for me, I feel like that school needs to be shut down. See, I just wish that the Lagos State Ministry of Education will take these things seriously. It now goes beyond schools. Let there be a board that monitors every school to make sure that some certain things are not condoned, that certain things are not happening in schools. It's just that lives are not even valued, even children's lives. They don't even value it back there. I just don't get it. I just do not get it. See, they need to do something. The Ministry of Education, if possible, you need to send people, what they call them, send delegates to be going from school to school, to be checking, to be sure that some things are in place, some things are not going on. Children are involved. For goodness sakes, children are involved. We need to do something to make all these things stop. Because this story is heartbreaking. I can just imagine the pain that the parents of this boy are going through right now. They will be like, who sent us? Who sent us to? How would you know? Don't blame yourselves. How would you know that the school you sent your child to will not really take their welfare seriously? How would you know that cultists, little children, cultists will kill your child? I don't know. It's just so painful. I have a 12-year-old child. My firstborn is 12 years old. I cannot imagine. God forbid. God forbid bad thing, but it's so sad that this had to happen to that little boy. That little fine boy. But what kind of children are people raising now? How can you have the mind to beat your fellow students to death? The people that are even beating the students to death, how old are they? How old are they? Hey, because let me end this video here. Let me just end it, okay? Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching my rants, because it's so sad. Let me know what you think in the comment section, guys. Just let me know what you think. Let's bring this video to an end. Utonwa signing out. Stay safe, stay blessed. We're going to see ourselves in the next video, okay? Bye.